Over the years, the chair has been dumped, dumped, and then rescued again many times.
The next leg of our investigation was to find out the backstory behind some of these dumps and rescues.
I believe the first time that the chair was thrown out was when we first moved to this building in 1999 or 2000. At the end of the year, Susan Kluver asked that we get rid of it.
Because it's of such sentimental value. I mean, look at that. It's like...
We didn't do that.
I did. I paid for it. This is my chair.
No.
Well, but then Grace bought it back. So it's technically the school.
Wow. Well, I have to say that I wasn't the first one that saw the chair. It was Annie, my teaching partner, who saw the chair in the trash and came running back to our classroom to say, I have the perfect find. Annie and I were setting up our 3rd and 4th grade classroom, and we wanted everything to be perfect. And so, of course, I ran with Annie to the dump to get back the orange chair, where it had its rightful place in our new classroom.
I remember the chair sitting on the corner, right outside of Fairweather Street School, like between, is that Spinelli Way? Is that what that's called? And I think I was leaving for the day. I had spent the whole day with Orit arranging this classroom. We were on our way out, and we were walking to the car, and we saw this abandoned chair. We both froze. Yes! We want that for the classroom. And so I think we dropped our stuff in the car or whatever, grabbed the chair, brought it to the classroom, did a little victory dance. The chair was ours. We practiced sitting in it, pretending we were teachers, because we weren't, of course, teachers yet, because the kids weren't here yet. We sat in, held class, and whatever. And then that was it. We went home. I was all excited. We had a chair.
Between the time of Gordon Walker and the present day, the chair has spent the majority of its time in the unit.
A lot of annoyance when it was still living in Grace's room full time, of feeling like every day I was having to tell some rotten child or another that they couldn't sit in the chair during class, and I was only in there for a couple minutes at the beginning of the day, but it was clear that Grace didn't want people in the chair, and every day people would come and sit in it, and as kids do, they pretend to forget the rules.
Okay, so it's like...
That was a chair from the beginning of time! How is that not appealing?
If I may, it's been around, like, forever, and it's really comfy, and Grace never let us sit in it, which meant we all had to sit in it as much as we could, which, of course, lends itself to making stories, like, funny stories are going to come from that, which makes it awesome. And it's always been broken, so we've always had to fix it, and it never
created
works.
the universe, which is kind of a cool thing in a chair.
It's not so much a big
I like that in a chair. If my chair created the universe, I'd like the chair a little bit more.
I kept it for myself, but it was constantly stolen by a certain type of student who challenged my authority. There's so many, I can't even name them.
Grace, when she was a regular full-time classroom teacher, was not known for her tidiness, and so, but was known for her brilliance. So it would probably be perhaps more a symbol of Grace and her style and flair as part of Fairweather.
After talking to unit teachers, we wondered where else the chair had been.
Annie and Orit's class was one of the other places the chair was located for a temporary amount of time.
One rumor was that they actually took the chair from the unit. But when we delved deeper into that subject, we only got contradictory remarks.
Scott's honor. No, don't remember it ever being taken from the unit. It had been abandoned on a street corner. It was going to be taken out the next day by the trash collectors. We rescued it from that thing.
What nobody knows is that Aaron, who was Grace's co-teacher at the time, I looked at him and asked him for permission, and he said, please take.
I do remember a day when a bunch of girls and a few other kids from my class were dragging it back from the unit, and a few unit kids were chasing them down. I never really got involved with that affair. I did watch intently, though, and when it came back to the classroom, we were all relieved.
What is your experience with it?
Well, it all kind of started out when we were in a reading group, and we were in Grace's room. Yeah, in Grace's room, and we were we were finishing up, and we saw the chair, and the other teacher was pregnant, so we thought the chair would be good for her, and so we took it, and everybody was kind of like chasing after us.
All the unit kids.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't there. I know the story.
Well, I always remember it being called the pregnancy chair because it was originally for Annie to be pregnant in.
Sorry.
Well, Annie, I think, was reading us a story,
Yeah.
right? And then Ed came in, and the chair was over near the table, and he sat down in it, and then Ori pointed out that that was Annie's pregnant chair, and he started rubbing his stomach. It was kind of funny.
Cool.
And that's the story of the chair.
I think maybe I always imagine an old man. Hey, wait a minute. Whatever.
Orange, I would say, has a tone of sort of rust to it.
Burnt orange.
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 It's an orange. It's a dark orange. Soft.
It's kind of orange, brownish orange.
The upholstery's orange.
It's an orange chair.